What's going on, disc golf world? Connor O'Reilly with Team OTB Discs, and you found yourself at day 24 of Vlogmas. We made a little switch up in the plans. We're gonna make the doubles round be the final day, so today you guys are in for a treat. We're at the best course, in my estimation, in Austin disc golf. I know some people will argue sprinkle, and I think if you're going just based off the fun and the experience of being out there, having the food trucks, having the brewery, having the putting course, I can understand from that aspect. But if I'm just looking at pure course on paper that I want to play a tournament at, Roy G to me is still the one in Austin right now. And about 2 years ago, there was a redesign, 9 original holes, 9 new holes, a lot more forehand friendly than what it used to be. But this is a beautiful, full canopy course, nothing like it in the Texas scene. Let's check out the legend, Roy G. There's 2 fantastic sets of tees out here at Roy G. We're gonna play the longs today. The shorts are still a great challenge. There's no real beginner friendly layout out here. That's maybe the one qualm, is they can make a third set of tees shorter, the reds if you will, and making it more accessible for everybody. But starting here on the new hole 1, straight shot ahead with this 3-headed tree in the middle. Pick your side, left or right. Left side or right side, as long as you finish straight, is gonna give you the biggest window to approach. Anything that leaks to the right and finishes over there is going to have more trees to deal with, though you might be able to get closer to the basket. So kind of a risk reward you got to weigh here. I'm going to go Athena, try to sneak it just right of the 3-headed dog. What's the name of the one in Harry Potter? I forget the name of the 3-headed dog, but anyways, you guys are going to let us know in the comments, because you always do. And that's pretty much what you're contending with here. Athena off the tee. A little bit of force out of the hand. There's that little bit of force. I'm looking for it to fight back and skip hopefully now. And yeah, we got to a really solid spot. Barely right of ideal in my mind, but I'm gonna have a pretty open lane for a forehand hyzer in. I knew we needed to be, I guess, either a little bit further or a little bit more left to have the for sure forehand hyzer window. From here, I'm looking at this inside forehand or the turnover backhand on the bigger left side. Caddy May, what are you thinking? All right, she's thinking forehand. We're gonna go rubber blend zone. Straddle out to the right to open up this inside gap. Pop it flat, let it fade. Shanky Doodle had a farm, and it didn't score birdies. Stay up. Oh, well, good effort. You know it's windy when it's creeping into the woods here at Roy, because they are pretty thick. As I mentioned, only real canopy course in Texas that I can think of, other than when you get out to the Piney Woods area. But yeah, special spot. Hole 2 is 322 feet, straight as the samurai stabs. You got this rock facade in the middle, forcing you to keep a little bit of height on the disc here, and this big, thick cottonwood trunk to make you pick a side. If you're going right hand, backhand, you're gonna choose the right side of it. Forehand, maybe you're gonna go on the left, and as a lefty, you can definitely play the left side or the right side. MD3. Pick the right side, yes you did. And MD3 has some solid stability, fought out at the end, but held our shape long enough to give us a C1 putt. You know, today's final level up was tossing in, not the steady BL, but the steady that I got myself a couple weeks ago, because I saw how windy it was, and I was like, you know what, maybe on those close putts I can bust out the steady. Keep it slow and steady. Whoa, it did it! No pictures on the scorecard. That's a 2. One of the awesome things about Roy is not only just how beautiful it is here in the canopy, but looking out over this creek that they're working on, getting some bridges back. You have the vista of the city-side skyline. I wanted to say skyscape, you know, that kind of works too, I guess. And one cool thing they did with the redesign, old hole 17, legendary hole, dual option, beautiful par 3, had the city look in the background, and now what used to be hole 3 right here behind us is now 17, and it also has that beautiful view behind it. Hole 3 that we're on right now was originally hole 4. It's a 386-foot par 3, has this bit of a bowl in the middle. Play your shot up high with the right hand backhand turning line and have it flatten out with a disc like the MD3. For a lefty, some kind of stand-up hyzer on the backhand. Forehand doesn't really shape this one too well. Overturned it because I'm adjusting for every time that thing's faded on me recently, and yeah, it held, that's for sure. Well, we got a little mini tornado going on. Not sure what that means for the wind direction, but welcome to Texas. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume it's a little bit of everything. Play a nice flat, steady angle. Gotta throw it a little bit closer there. See if I'm as good as Megan at this. Oh, except for I did not even have the camera on the basket. Whoops. Hole 4 is a par 4, 708 feet. You got to play a straight shot out here off the tee, except for ideally you want to skip kind of hugging the left side of either this fat part of the fairway or even left of those line of trees on the left side. You can find some windows. Shot goes to the right on the second one. Suits a forehand on that approach. I'm going to go Kobe Bryant DD3 off the tee. Little hyzer flip. Oh yeah, it flipped all right. I guess it was a headwind. Here it comes. Yeah, needed way more hyzer there. Maybe a roller is going to save us. I would have positioned to the right here. I'll need so much ground play on the forehand that I don't really love that, so I'm going to go to that roller I mentioned. Wind seems to be coming at us, so once I get it turning, it's really going to push it off to the right pretty far. Flippy hatchet. Okay, now as it stands. Oh, I just got the wind. Got its legs cut out, you guys. Yeah, wind strong today. It does not like rollers. All right, we got a lull in the wind. Time to go. Awful layup, but it works. Yeah. Every shot was just a little off, and you're gonna score a par like that. Hole 5 is one of those original holes. It used to be hole 6, dual option. Honestly, there's even a straight shot if you're feeling crazy and just want to challenge yourself. Right side is the route we're taking, especially right now as we have this tree freshly broken on the left. That's gonna have to be cleared out of the way, and all of a sudden that gap got a little bit easier for you forehand players and you lefties. This was actually my first ever Roy G ace. Got my second one not too long ago on hole 16 with this cap wrap. It's a similar shape. So why not try to get another one here? Into the headwind should help us get some jump off the ground once we hit. Oh my God. Just inside. Big salt. Barely early on that release and caught one of these trees here. Gave it the effort, just didn't have the line. All right, had to go to a little straddle there. Definitely gonna happen occasionally out here at Roy, though it is pretty manicured for a woods course. I wanted to say the signature 7th because this used to be hole 7, now hole 6, par 4, one of the best on the course. Dual option the entire way, even though as you get a little bit closer, kind of pinches down on that right side, makes the left a little better. I will say on a windy day like today, look out. If you're anywhere near a tree where you see the bark peeling off and it's kind of dead looking, you might want to be aware because I've seen a lot of trees fall here recently and definitely can be a bit unsafe at times. Kobe Bryant has been wanting to turn in this wind, so I'm going to take advantage of that down this left side and try to just blast it, cover a lot of distance, give us a shorter approach. I'm going to let these people go one more shot. Be responsible. You ain't first, you're last. You ain't first, you're mother freaking last, y'all. Oh, rude tree, but kept us down that left side, which is the bigger gap. So, all in all, good tee shot. Thanks to our Bushnell rangefinder, we know we have 391 feet in on this gorgeous hallway approach. And thanks to our Squatch Legend bag, we know we have all the discs that we could carry to give us the shot shapes we need to score. Got my Athena in hand. Gonna pump it with a little bit of turn. Try to key in on keeping it low. Well, kept it low and kept it turned, but maybe I keyed in a little bit too hard on those things and found the kind of backdoor hallway. Oh, try to chip it in. And you know what? I was just thinking the last couple windy days are a good reminder to myself that learning how a disc wants to fly and learning how it wants to fly in all the different wind directions takes time and a little bit of patience. So just because you think you know how it's flying, get to a different wind direction, you might learn something new about it. All right, got to settle for par here on 6. This wind is definitely adding some difficulty to an already tough track. Hole 7's 351 feet, not much to it. It's going to be one of the higher birdie percentage holes on the course. Shapes from the right to the left, kind of drops off. Walking path where you can see this guy in the stroller. So be aware, wait for the walkers, and try to play the skip off the path with your cap wrap. Looks like they're waiting for us. That's pretty awesome. Doesn't always happen. Let's try to give them something to look at. All right, that's probably gonna get us a nice skip there. Come on. Ooh. Likely just underneath it. Should be a birdie, finally. Goodness gracious, it's been since hole 2. Just long here. Probably was pretty close. Just needed to be a little less steam out of the hand there. We're gonna turn into Gollum here on hole 8. Throw my precious 373. Really sets up for a forehand, especially from this long tee for a right-hand player. A backhand's gonna have a tough time getting there. It is a pretty big forehand though, so I always like to go with that wide rim. Try to maximize my skip. Make sure to maintain hyzer, keep it low. That's a little quick, but we beat the wall of trees on the back, and that's a money shot. Might be even circle 1 or well into it, which takes a little bit of a cannon here. That's right. If you're a right-hand forehand player in Austin and you want to know if you have a certified big boy forehand, come out here to Roy G. If you can put it inside the circle on hole 8, stamp it certified. Hole 9's a par 4, 672 feet. It's going to play straight here, initially off the gap. You want a little bit of left finish at the end of your flight, though there are a couple different ways to get to it if you do leak off to the right. In this strong left to right crosswind we're playing, I'm going to go with that Opto X stiletto and just pump it low and flat. Let it skip off that bike path fairway. Nice and low, a little bit of turn even, and there's that skip we talked about. Got far left, and Gonna be some options from there into the green. 277 in sounds like a perfect opportunity for that fresh faith on a little baby hyzer. Yeah, you let the left-right wind just bully it. Keep your shank in check. Still have a chance at birdie. Oh my gosh. From pristine to poo-poo to get it up. Hole 10's a par 4 that's essentially dead straight at 611 feet, but it's going to force a left to right moving shape off the tee to give you more options into the green. They've built up a wall as you get to that 100 feet short of the green range, so you're going to have to fly over the wall or skip over it as you approach. Narrow, specific approach windows make a great drive here, come at a premium. So we're going with that tie-dye Explorer. Just jamming it up there flat, letting it do what it does. Maybe even a little bit of hyzer since it's windy. A little bit of hyzer, and it is doing what it does, y'all. Beautiful disc. And if you want your own beautiful discs that you can season in over time, otbdisc.com, code Connor for free shipping. You're gonna have it virtually in your hands because they tell you the dome and the stiffness level on every disc, as well as you get a picture so you know exactly what it looks like too. Boom drive here. We have maybe a little over 200 in. I'm gonna take this straight shot at it, even though I do have that over the wall hyzer I mentioned. Straight, play it just right of the pin. Yeah, that was a tree I really needed to beat, but I guess there's probably more than just that one. But it's always the one you hit, that's the one to beat for sure. Going for a miracle here. Over the top, over the top. Had the want. Probably a bit too much, honestly. Ooh, good read on the tailwind there. Tough save. Hole 11, 368. Plays very similar to hole 3 to me, so I throw the same disc, Iron Samurai. Except for I'm not going to turn it that much. Just a little bit. Or just none and throw it flat as you can. Somehow got through. We got a putt, but not the committed angle I needed. Even though the angle wasn't right, the disc selection was, and so I think as long as something's right, you can still give yourself opportunities. Drop. There we go. Nice pace on that one. Definitely wanted to take advantage because that tee shot wasn't exactly as clean as I'd like here. Hole 12 is a par 3, 310 feet, and for a right-hand player, it's nearly a mandatory forehand. Not a lot of room to shape the backhand unless you throw it perfect. I like a wide rim driver to ensure a little bit more skip and something really overstable like a stiletto. Oh, that was a weird skip. I don't know what it hit on the ground, but landed in a good spot. We got a putt.
Good shot.
All right, guys, we hit some kind of phantom stick or something. Dead stopped our disc. Otherwise, we were going to ace it. Y'all seen it. Uh-oh. Player B, save us. Whoops. Rushed it on the playthrough, y'all. Hole 13, just under 17. Hole 13, just under 700 feet. Play it straight, move it left off the tee. Very specific, no two ways about this tee shot. Then play a long straight shot in. All right, there's the middle ball, and see if we can get to the putting green and make some redemption. 364 in, very similar shot that we had on the par 3 2 holes ago off the tee. So I'll go back to that Iron Samurai, pop it on a little turn. That's a little turn, all right. Quite a bit too much turn, too wide, too low. A lot of stuff wrong with that shot. Fade, buddy. Not quite. On to the next. Hole 14, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. This hole really needs a mandatory, keeping us away from that front tee box and away from the walking path. I know it's a dual option and it gives the right-hand player some variability, but I just love the straight line they have here. Keeps you away from the walking path. There's less interference there, which is good for the overall just enjoyment of the park for all users. But since it is not mandatory, I will be taking it with my stable stiletto. All you got to do is get past these little tiers of land to the top and you'll get some good skip. Got to the top, but that's sawed off. Either way, we got a massive skip and we're going to be left of the basket, but 2 is still there if we make a good putt. Oh, the steady's just so straight, or the steady BL. Maybe I should have busted out the steady. You got a little Bambi friend. What you doing? You're supposed to be asleep right now. Honestly, I would say this deer probably got spooked out of sleep by someone's dog off leash. Looks like they're all hanging out right here. And I do see a lot of people in Austin letting their dog roam around. I know that's all fun and all, but here at the public park, kind of disturbs the wildlife, and you never know whose dog is on leash, and then your dog is maybe a good dog off leash, but still creates some kind of altercation. So have your dog off leash at the right times. Respect the freaking deer out here, okay? Hole 15 is 700 feet, and it's one of the hardest par 4s to score a 3 on the track. But when you have a backhand roller in your game, I'm going to show you guys why it helps unlock holes like this. Flippy hatchet. I don't even have to arc it to the ground, get in the way of these trees. I'm just pumping it flat, watching it work. Nice and flat, hit the ground on some cut. And that's another reason why, to me, just Roy is that much better than Sprinkle. You can't throw a backhand roller at Sprinkle in a lot of these holes because there's wood chips that just shoot your disc in any direction. You can't actually control it. Whereas here at Roy, yeah, I got a weird bounce there, but at least for the most part, you're going to get some consistent ground play. 408 feet in here. Hyzer release that's going to want to stand up a little bit. Should suit the shape of this Athena very nicely. Make sure there's no people on the path. Oh, there's a key out here. If I get some good ground action, could be putting. Yeah, a little soft out of my hand, but line was decent enough. All right, you guys, Megan just spotted this while I was picking up this little cardinal feather off the ground. So I've been looking for those. Team lost and died. This looks like some kind of a little bounty for people to collect. Do good, we can do that. Babe, you might have just won yourself a new servo straight fairway driver. You might have to bust that out tonight. Let's see what we got here. Merry Christmas from Team Lost and Died. That's kind of fun. Merry Christmas from Team Lost. Huh? Merry Christmas from Team Lost and Died. We hope you enjoy your brand new custom dyed discs. We sure had a fun time making it. Give us a follow on Instagram. If you could post us a photo, we'll do you one better. We'll put you in Vlogmas, you guys, and we're gonna put your info in the description below for these people to go check you out. They would love to know the disc was found. We'll definitely let them know. Pretty beautiful work here. Megan just got herself a new straight fairway driver. Woo, let's go. Gotta throw better to get the birdie here. Hole 16 is probably our last realistic chance for a Vlogmas ace for day 24. 338. This exact disc actually went into the basket a couple weeks ago here while I was giving a lesson. And so I'm gonna play it again on this hyzer. Maybe wait for this gentleman to be out of the fairway so I'm unimpeded in my thought process. All right, let's give it a rip. Come on, give me the biggest skip ever. Well, it skipped all right, and it's gonna be a good birdie play, but didn't quite get the massive flare we needed for the ace. Discraft did good with the Captain's Raptor, that's for sure. Really nice for that overstable fairway slot. Aces, birdies are both good for your scorecard, so I'm okay with it. Kind of sad, but ironically, we just mentioned how you should keep your dog on a leash out here. We're passing this lady and this guy with their one dog looking for the other dog. Have you seen a black dog anywhere? No, we haven't. It's probably out chasing the deer. Hopefully you guys find it before nightfall. Otherwise, you might be joining the pack of coyotes that roam the streets out here. But you know, that could be a fun life. So maybe he's gonna be living his best life. Either way, come back safely, black dog. Keep your dog on a damn leash. The legendary 17 city skyline in the background. Burial mounds of all those who played this course, got through without hitting a tree and went to Valhalla, the disc golf version at least. Play it straight, play it strong. Maybe take your time lapse. Let's see what it's got. Little bit of flex and it's fighting well. Wow. That disc has some beef actually. I'm definitely still learning a couple of them. I haven't thrown that one enough to really intimately know it, but one more shot and knowing how it flies. Honestly, didn't expect to be inside the circle here. Skipped a little straighter than I expected. Wow, that came out with so much hyzer out of my hand. And it lifted because of it. Well, maybe I've been a little nonchalant on my wind reads today. I should putt like I'm playing a tournament to avoid the frustration of laziness. Worst thing about the Roy G baskets, the freaking bottom rings get stuck all the time. So the chains don't actually move the way they're supposed to. Hole 18, originally hole 1. It's a par 4, 705. Traditionally, it was the easiest par 4 on the course, and it's probably still up there, very wide. Play a right-hand backhand that's gonna skip right around where these gentlemen are. Get it to go left as a bonus, and give yourself an approach into a beautiful rock garden green. Going back to that time lapse here, trusting it low on a power hyzer, looking for some skip at the end. Wow, it really popped up on me. I noticed that disc kind of wants to pop up and then fade hard. Something to adjust for. Maybe should have gone stiletto in this one. Well, my final tee shot being right here, nestled up with a tree, just about sums up how I've thrown the disc today. Leaving something for wanting, that's for sure. My precious into the green, because we need a freaking precious miracle. We might have honestly got it. Pull out the one ring of power to rule them all, and you might be able to score every birdie. Maybe I should just throw that disc on every shot from now on. Me and it are about to devolve, I should say, maybe. We gotta find ways to start protecting some of our trees in Austin. We're about to have like no trees in this little stand here. I think we need to start building little walls in front of them, at least in front of the key ones. It might look kind of funky or whatever, but it's gonna preserve that tree and preserve the hole for longer. And yeah, it's just sad to see, especially after playing Met Center the other day, kind of getting triggered with that PTSD. Honestly, I kind of hate my straddle putt right now, so I'm getting a little crazy up here. There we are. Trust my balance more than my straddle putt, and that's something I'll probably work on here over the next few days. This has been 18 holes at Roy G. Guerrero, Colorado River Park, Raul Alvarez disc golf course. You know, it's a mouthful, but it's where we're at. It's the best course in Central Texas. Definitely up there for the best courses in Texas and really in the US. If you're ever in Austin, this is the #1 must hit. Everything else falls in line behind. Who's going to catch up to Roy G? Will it be Sprinkle? Will there be a new course? Will it be some tweaks out of East Metro now that they have all these trees going down? The Austin disc golf scene is evolving every day, and I love to see it grow. So let's keep it going, y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Connor O'Reilly with Team OTB Discs with that Squatch legend on back. And we'll see y'all tomorrow for the finale. Sad to see you go, but I'm glad to start practicing, not gonna lie.